Hi, from Gabriele of Staticalmo, the statistical consulting service that aids your company, mostly small organization, to make more rigorous decisions thanks to various domains of statistics or data science. Today I want to discuss the request of this possible lead that says he wants to understand the movement of the price as the booking date approaches the check-in date. They provide this dataset that I completed with the date difference that comes from the difference of those two dates, so that I can do the analysis he requested. I want to anticipate that this request falls into the gray area in legal terms, because I don't know if the lead wanted to do this so he could sell bookings for a higher price, as it happens, for example, for concert tickets. Some countries, like for example Italy, have a law against this practice. I performed the analysis on JASP, that is a free statistical software that uses R to perform various functions. And first of all, I did descriptive statistics of our variable. You see that we have over 20,000 rows, and as you can see, the price originally has a normal distribution with a very pronounced left symmetry, so I use a logarithmic transformation to make it look like a normal distribution, because otherwise the correlations and so on have no sense. Date difference, one could say it has a similar problematic distribution of the price, but I couldn't find on JASP at least a transformation that adjusts it to a normal. So this is the first limitation of the analysis. Then I did the Bayesian correlations that uses the BF instead of the p-value to indicate the significativity. And about the star rating, it is obvious. And about the date difference, you can see that it is significant, but of course with this amount of rows, as I said also in other occasions, it is easy to have significativity, especially also when we have this kind of problem I mentioned before. As you can see already from the correlations, when we want to build a model, we know that the date difference will have a much less impact on the price not transformed. If we run the same correlation but with the transformed price, you see that the significativity for date difference doesn't change, but the coefficient of the correlation increases by just 3 points. And graphically you see that we have a lot of noise. So if we build a model, you see that for each unit of date difference, the logarithmic of our price increases by this amount. When you have a transformation, it is more difficult to do the interpretation of the coefficient of a variable. As you can see, when we do some diagnostic of the problem, it highlights some problems, and if we remove from the model the date difference variable, you see that we explain more or less the same, and we still have problems in the diagnostic. So we can basically answer to this question in a positive way according to the tools of Bayesian correlation, but the effect is very, very limited, especially compared to the star rating. And I honestly find this surprising, because it goes against the hypothesis I actually had, and I think also the author of this job post. Of course, with other tools, the answer could change. But of course, it would need more work. That's all for this very short video about this case, and if you have a similar request, you can contact me and I'll see what I can do for you. Bye, and see you the next time.